Performances from your favorite artists. Plus huge icon award winners. Hosted by me, Kingdom Tubbs. People's Choice Awards. Live tonight on NBC and E. Red carpet starts first. Live from E.
The People's Choice Awards, hosted by Keenan Thompson, is the only award show chosen by you, the people. So how we can hear you?
With nominees in every category.
TV, music, culture,
Performances from your favorite artists.
Christina Aguilera, cool surprises.
Plus huge icon award winners. Hosted by me, Keenan Tubbs. People's Choice Awards. Live tonight on NBC and E. Red carpet starts first. Live from E.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 D Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas. 97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
All right. As we mentioned earlier, the Pistons big game last night. Not a big game, big opportunity. Yes. Well, they lose to Oklahoma City 114-103. Getting all choked up about it. Then he ended at 28 points. We're outscored 42-22 in the fourth quarter. That was close. Patriots over the Bills 14-10 despite only 3 pass attempts from like Mac Jones. They had 46 carries for 2. Unbelievable. Totally great. By the way, Patriots allowed Chiefs 3 total points in the second half of the last 5 years. 3 total points in the second half. Yes. Not just as one of the finals for the Heisman Trophy will be in New York. Kenneth Walker III on that show.
Well, the local artist who actually helped the Crumblies hide from police says that he didn't know anything about the charges that they were facing at the time, and he was only trying to provide a place for his friends to stay because they had apparently been receiving some death threats. So this 65-year-old artist, he did meet with investigators from the Sheriff's Department on Monday. Now, the man's attorney says that the Crumblies had called their buddy, this artist, and asked if they could stay with him for a while. So he met them at his studio Friday afternoon. This man left the studio right around 5 p.m. and he told them, just lock the door when you leave. He says he had no idea that they planned to stay the night. Now, during this interview with investigators, his attorney says that they had a very friendly 2-hour conversation with police or investigators. He did say that investigators searched the man's home. They did remove a couple of items, an iPhone, some tablets, things like that. But at this point, he has not been charged with a crime, but those charges could be coming.
Did he know that the Crumblies were the parents of the kid who did it and were like on the lam? Did he know that?
It doesn't sound like it, but how could you not?
Yeah.
Kind of. I feel like, but some people aren't, as privy to the news. They're not watching things as they happen.
I mean, and maybe he doesn't. I mean, not everybody has updates on their phones. Notifications. Might not know. Yes, I think it seems hard to believe, but I think it's a plausible
It is.
discussion to have.
Yes, for sure. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald says that there is a possibility that Oxford High School officials could also face some charges. So on Monday during an interview, she was actually on Good Morning America, she said that investigators are obviously looking into things, and whatever they find will determine whether school officials will be charged or not. She did comment on the fact that the suspect did go back to class after having a meeting with school counselors and his parents over that drawing, that really concerning drawing that the teacher found. And, she noted that this case could have been handled a whole lot differently. Things could have went very, very differently had he been removed from the school as requested. So there's still going to be an investigation as to how the school handled everything, and there is a possibility charges could be coming.
Wait till we hear more.
Yep, that's really all we can do, right? Really,
we all have our, we all can speculate
tragedy. So, a nice thing to do, for sure. Because some people don't know where to go. So this is a starting place, for sure. Hey, 3 more missionaries have been released after being captured back in October by a Haitian gang. So according to Christian Aid Ministries, that's the Ohio organization that actually organized this big trip to Haiti, the 3 additional people were released on Sunday night. They say that they are safe, that they're in relatively good spirits. Unfortunately, at this point, the names of those released are not being revealed. We're not getting to learn how they were released or why they were released, the circumstances around that. So unfortunately, we don't know if any of them were members of that Michigan family, because there's a mom and 5 kids from Michigan who were captured. So we're not sure if any of them were released. There were 2 others who were released back in November, on November 21st. So there are still 12 people being held captive. The first 2 who were freed were not members of the Michigan family. So hopefully we'll hear some more good news. I know, I can't even imagine, because the father of that family was not taken, and he was down there as well with them. Like, I can't even imagine what's going on. So it seems that, excuse me, that there is a shortage of pretty much everything these days, and the latest casualty could be chicken strips.
Oh no.
Oh no, the chicken tenders, the chicken fingers, whatever you want to call them, they require more processing and packaging to sell, making them harder to find and also more costly. And there are many restaurants now who have even stopped advertising their chicken tenders or have removed them completely from their menus, and that includes McDonald's and KFC.
Oh no.
No, and that's a pretty big deal, right?
What are kids gonna eat?
Just
French fries.
Yeah. Chicken strips. Just take a chicken breast, cut it into strips. There you go.
You know, you think there is one chicken expert who says, no, there's no chicken tender shortage. But he did say it could be longer to get items, but
they're still there.
You're going to have them. You're going to have them, yes. So
yes, just as long as we don't run a shortage on the dipping sauces like ranch. I think there would be an uproar in the state of Michigan if that happened. You can keep the chicken tenders. All that is transport for ranch, and we can all make the adjustment, right? We can move the fries. Yeah. We can move the chicken wings. We can move to something else.
I don't know if you guys saw this video, but things got kind of nasty at this CFL game on Sunday when a player actually took a pretty big swing at a fan. Not really in the stands, but in the stands. So there were several members of the Toronto Argonauts that went to the stands to confront fans on Sunday, and one player actually threw like a huge punch at this man who got in his face. And apparently, according to a witness who was there, some of the fans, these were the opponents, fans of the other team, of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Yes. They spilled drinks on the players, and that apparently caused this initial commotion, and that's when things got violent. You can see, of course.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I don't think the fan was actually hit. I don't think any punches actually connected, but things got definitely pretty heated. There was a security guard who was able to step in, and the Toronto players were able to then return to the locker room. This was after the game, I think. It looks like they were leaving the field to go to the locker room, and it sounds like the fans that were involved jumped over a barricade because they've been charged with trespassing. So they were not supposed to be in that area they were in. But man,
you know, it was a playoff game. The Argonauts lost. They were pissed off. They were at home, and it happens.
No.
I guess. I mean, does it? I mean, I get the feeling of being upset and being angry at a fan, but I don't know if players just jump in and start fighting.
Let's John this question.
Well, if you're in an area where there's not supposed to be fans, they jumped a barrier. Now, at no point should you take a swing at a fan.
Oh, I understand that.
I get that, but I don't understand why they're, like, these fans actually take a swing at the players. Like, that's a bad mistake.
Right. So how pissed off would you be? You're coming off the field at home. You lose a playoff game, and a fan, like, throws a beer at you.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm so pissed that what people throw on me, I probably don't really even notice that much. I mean, yeah, if somebody dumps a beer on you, you're obviously going to know that, but you just didn't go back to the locker room because you're pissed that you lost the game.
All right. Thank you very much, Heather. Coming up later on the show at 7:35, we'll be joined by the winning coach of the Detroit Lions, Dan Casey. Coming up next, we'll talk about the losing coach of the Detroit Pistons, Dwayne Casey. 97.1 The Ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Week 14 pro football Thursday night, Minnesota 3.5-point home favorite against Pittsburgh. Total here is 45. And if you like Pittsburgh in this game, and I like Pittsburgh in this game at this number, you need to grab it now before this number moves to 3, because that's where it's headed. Minnesota -3. Just think it's a valuable numbers play to grab Pittsburgh at anything over a field goal. Minnesota loves playing in these close games. Pittsburgh got its mojo back with the win over Baltimore on Sunday, so the play coming up on Thursday night has to be 3.5. Pittsburgh plus 3.5 Thursday night in Minnesota. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at betrivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
This is how we reinvent banking.
Say the money's gone tight in your checking account, then you crack your phone and the screen goes out. No shame in your game, we got the assist. Huntington Bank, plenty money with a twist. Come to us for extra cash when you're strapped, cause it's free when you auto pay it back. Introducing Standby Cash. Extra cash when you need it, free when you auto pay it back. Huntington, welcome.
Without automatic payments, 12% APR. Eligibility requirements apply. Not available is based on customer eligibility. Learn more at huntington.com/standbycash.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead with Fidelity Income Planning. We'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and help you build a flexible plan for cash flow designed to last, so you can go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services number NYSE SIPC.
My online sales are through the roof. Now I need to get these orders out the door.
It's possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has you covered with custom packing materials, shipping supplies, and services for your business and holiday shipping. Now buy 2, get 1 free on select premium shipping supplies. Plus get 25% off UPS Express shipping services. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Supplies offer ends 12/19/21. UPS offer ends 1/1/22. In-store only. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
The People's Choice Awards, hosted by Keenan Thompson, is the only award show chosen by you, the people. So let Keenan hear you.
With nominees in every category.
TV,
music,
pop culture,
and performances from your favorite artists.
Christina Aguilera,
Shelton.
cool surprises,
Plus huge icon award winners.
Halle Berry,
Clay Johnson. Kardashian West.
and more.
Hosted by me, Keenan Thompson. The People's Choice Awards. Live tonight on NBC and E. And the red carpet starts first. Live from E.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
We travel to see what's around the bend and what we're capable of. And now Capital One's new class of travel card can keep up with you. Introducing Venture X from Capital One. With 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy. Venture X, for those always asking, where next? Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Jared Goff joins Karsh and Anderson Tuesdays at 10:30 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Prancer and Donner and
Blitzen?
yeah, I think they played better than the Pistons did in the fourth quarter last night.
Yeah.
Pistons
Use the root
lose.
on the basket.
Does Jansen not like Blitzen even before it's blocking?
No, Blitzen's okay. We just take care of him.
Pistons lose last night to the Oklahoma City Thunder, 114 to 103. And, okay, they lost to a bad team. Big deal. Well, it is a big deal. Here's why. They'd lost 8 straight previously. Both teams did, actually. And the Pistons played really well in the first half. And then the second half, they fell apart, especially in the fourth quarter, where they were outscored by 20 points. You gave up 42 points in the fourth quarter. You scored 23. Cunningham had a good game, 28-11. He's getting better, obviously. You only go to the line 6 times. The other team goes to the line 30 times. You're going to lose most of those games, especially like that. And what's disconcerting is we're not seeing a lot of what we saw last year, where for 48 minutes, this team balled. I mean, they weren't very good. They lost a lot of games, but they always made life miserable for the other teams. They, you know, it was something, you know, you could, for a lousy team, they were doing the tank the proper way. You know, losing games, the young players seemed to be getting a little better, and they were competitive, and they were representing what we are in Detroit. This team seems completely different right now. And it's just right now, because earlier in the season they were doing the same things they were doing last year. But I don't know. Dwayne Casey's got to figure this out, or he's going to lose his job. And I know he got an extension, you know, before the season. But man, oh man, this 9-game losing streak. Most of the times they were playing good teams. I mean, they went on the West Coast. They had the Lakers here. We had the incident. We lost to Miami here. But look at these games that they've blown huge leads. That's the thing. They don't know how to finish. I mean, against the Lakers, you know, after the incident, they blew a 18-point lead, right? Against Miami, they had a huge lead. That evaporated. Last night, a huge lead. That went away. This can't happen. They have to have a much better, and to use a term that Jeff Blashill used to use, and the Red Wings are actually doing that now, a better compete level for the entire game. It's disgraceful. And you don't want to have a losing culture for your superstar that you hope will be a superstar in Cade Cunningham.
Well, you don't want a losing culture. And Dwayne Casey got the extension because he did what they asked him to do.
Right.
And go out there, compete, but lose games.
Yes.
And put us in position to get the #1 ping pong ball, which happened.
Yeah.
Now they're asking him to go out there and you know, not necessarily win games,
right,
but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to at least play the part.
Right.
And they're not playing the part. And you look at this and you say, okay, well, Sadiq Bey, second year. Isaiah Stewart, second year. Cade Cunningham, first year. Killian Hayes, year and a half. Luka Garza, Frank Jackson, you know, Saban Lee. You go down the list.
Oh,
right?
I know.
You've got young guys. You've got young legs. Why would you, in the fourth quarter, why would the fourth quarter be your liability?
I know.
That's where these players, especially with the age that they are, they should be running all over the place.
Maybe it's a mentality right now when you lose a little bit in the younger players. But like you mentioned, Bey and Stewart, they went through this last year, so they should be accustomed to it. And they, especially Bey, has not progressed. I mean, Hayes has showed mild progress, but I don't think he's going to be a really great player. That's obviously on Troy Weaver. Cunningham is. And look, I know the Olynyk injury hurt this team, but that's no excuse.
What's one guy?
Exactly.
And he's not a game breaker.
Right. I just want to see this team compete hard for 48 minutes the rest of the season. That's all. Is that too much to ask? We don't sit there and say, oh my God, the Pistons are going to be a play. I mean, the over-under for them was like, what, 22.5 to 25? I don't even remember what it was. Nobody expected this team to be really good. Look, in the long run, they're going to be in position again to have the top pick in the draft again. You know, whether the ping pong ball will be that good like it was, you know, last time is fine. Whatever. I haven't even looked at mock drafts yet. But this is just, you know, from an entertainment aspect, number one, to a, you know, you're trying to get people to come down to the game and pay attention. If you just have a team that's just going to, like, you know, frizzle away leads, and, you know, just go away. I mean, what the hell?
It's, again...
And that's on the coach.
I believe it is as well. And you've got to find a way to generate some, even if you can't generate offense, like at the beginning of the year, right, it was Cade Cunningham can't find the basket,
Right.
and Killian Hayes couldn't find the basket. All these guys were struggling shooting. The one thing that I think everybody believes is even if you can't shoot and you can't score, you can rebound, you can play defense, you can pass the ball. There are things that you can do that are effort level. They're compete level.
Exactly.
And they're not doing those.
Right. That's what's so disappointing to me. 248-539-9797. The telephone number and the ticket text. Are you as upset with this team as we are? I mean, it's borderline disgraceful right now.
Or are you just happy that Cade Cunningham is playing better?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's good, right? But so that's a lot of people just came into this year and thought, you know what? I actually thought that this team could compete for 8, 9, 10 to that play-in tournament.
I never did.
I know
you know that.
Yeah, I did. I'm admitting that, and I was way off.
Yeah.
I was actually with John. I thought they would too. I'm stunned by their lack of competitiveness.
Yes.
Like last year, you didn't see this, you know?
I know.
And that's why people thought, you know, hey, they got something going here, and they just need to get more talent, get seasoned, and it's just, I don't know, man.
The seasoning hasn't worked. It's
No, I think they've got more talent, but they have no more seasoning.
Right.
They have no more. There's no drive to finish spice. They need some spice. Yeah. We need more steak.
Oh, they need more spice. And yes, they do need a little more time. But unfortunately, in the fourth quarter, they're playing like Rosemary.
Crazy. I mean, Jeremy Grant, if you look at his stats, he's a little down, but it's not drastic.
No, he's playing okay. I mean, we talked about earlier in the show, these cross-court lazy-ass passes that took place yesterday in the third quarter, and some of them didn't hurt, but this is when you have to put away a team. They got really, really lazy. And this team is not good enough where you're paying money to go see them play, and the product you're getting is laziness.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen. That's gonna sell many tickets.
No, it's not.
They're gonna get their act together.
But the point I was making earlier, though, is
Starting
I
route
think
to
there's a lot of
12707 Hummel
that
Street.
simply
In
just want to
1.9
see
miles.
Cade
Turn left onto
Cunningham
West
get
14
better.
Mile Road.
And I don't know that they really care what's going on with the Pistons because they believe he is that piece that you can build around.
Yes.
And if at the beginning of the year, right, 0 for 9, 1 for 10. Now, last night, and coming off a better performance last week, he's 6 of 11 from behind the arc, right? He's over 50%. And so he's shooting better. And I think a lot of people just are simply focused on Cade Cunningham and what is he doing to improve. Because then if the Pistons suck, which they clearly do right now, they can add another piece that they're going to look at next year. And maybe, Troy Weaver, maybe he deals Jeremy Grant for more pieces.
Correct.
So that's something that you're looking at and saying, okay, this is what we're expecting this year, and it's simply Cade Cunningham. Don't care about the results. Don't care about what's going on. I think everybody, at least at some point, cares about winning.
Yeah.
But they just want to see him get better. That everybody's eyes are on what we are hoping is a future superstar.
I mean, everybody in this city was ecstatic when they drafted Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
It was like a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And the holiday has really been bad. I mean, he's been fine.
Well, but that's the point is, that's a holiday, right? And Cade Cunningham, all right? Everybody else around him is just there right now. They're just there.
It's just bad when your young players are just not getting better.
I agree. It's terrible.
Well, anytime I turn them on and watch them, I just feel like the other team scores baskets so easily. They are the worst team in field goal percentage against.
Oh, I know.
48 teams are shooting 48% per game against them. That's crazy.
I know. And I wonder why. I'm sure the three-point defense is is bad as well. There were guys just wide open for threes.
And to me, that's a hustle factor.
Yes.
And their percentage against is 38.1, which is second.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. And now, last night, Muscala, he made like one from like 33. I mean, they were making long ones, but you know, it's ridiculous. Last night,
At the next light, turn left.
Our telephone number, 248-539-9797. Something else that has pissed off a lot of people around here, not everybody, but is that Kenneth Walker III will not be in New York on Saturday. Some people are pissed off that Aiden Hutchinson is, which to me one thing has nothing to do with the other. However, we'll get into that.
At the light, turn left onto West 14 Mile Road, then turn right onto Inkster Road.
You need a new hip or a new knee. Pay attention because I want to tell you about Straith Orthopedics over here in Southfield. Dr. Brandt and Dr. Fleischman at Straith Orthopedics are Michigan's top hip and knee robotic joint replacement specialists. And I've got to tell you, I've been over to what they have here in Southfield. There's nothing like
At the
it
stop
in the
sign,
area.
turn right onto Inkster Road.
Orthopedics. It's like a 5-star hotel. You go in, you get your own room if you've got to stay the night. My dad went through the process. He stayed the night, and it was outstanding. Talking to Dr. Fleischman, the communication was good. The results
In 1.4
have been
miles,
outstanding.
turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
He's up, he's walking around, he's playing with the grandkids up and off the ground. He's really happy with the outcome that he got with his new knee. Straith Orthopedics offers cutting-edge, minimally invasive treatment for joint pain, robotic hip and knee replacement, which comes at no additional cost and will have you pain-free within days after surgery.